Let's talk about your sister and her life and growing up with her. Talk to me about Amber. Her, traits that you both loved, special things about her, special talents. Talk about growing up with her and the kind of sister she was.
But she was just always a fun person. She was never too serious. I mean, brothers and sisters growing up younger, we always had fun being around her. She always got along with everybody. She always made us laugh. She was always, she was the youngest in the family, so we always accused her of being, daddy's little girl and being spoiled. And it was probably true, I'm sure.
Oh no, it's not accusatory. That's a fact. She got a lot of daddy's love. So
as she got older and developed into the person that she was, it was just, she had a lot of my mom in her. Very compassionate, very caring. Somebody who would drop anything if you asked him to, if you needed help, and just said, hey, can you do this for me? She would be all over. As she got, grew into an adult and stuff and got involved with helicopters. And, it made my dad happy that, we have interest in the same things that he did. He helped her get her license. He helped me get my license. She became an awesome pilot. She was a natural. She was an instructor. She taught people how to fly. That was her. Just like my dad, and it was her passion. She was extremely good. She cared about people.
Shannon, with you being the oldest, and like we had said, Amber was the youngest, there was an 11-year age difference between the two. There is an 11-year age difference between the two of you. What did you all like to do together as a family when you were younger, despite the age difference?
When we were younger, we always went to family gatherings. Several times a year, we'd all get together and hang out, and that was, we'd take trips together. We'd fly together. Helicopters have been in our life since we were born. We would always take trips and, go places and go fishing and all of that kind of stuff.
Ryan, same question to you. What was it like growing up with her, other than the fact that you said she got all of Daddy's love, and that was a fact?
oh no, not all of daddy's.
A lot of Daddy's love.
But oh yeah, what can I say? She was awesome growing up. And me being the older brother, it's automatically my job to pick on her, and that's our job. But she was awesome. I'm looking at this picture of her when she was little, and this is it says, "Dad, I love you." This is something that she probably did in church as a project, and probably gave that to Dad on Father's Day. I don't know the story behind it, but she was fun. She made life fun. Growing up, the biggest thing that we loved to do, one of the biggest bonds that she had with Dad, was fishing. My dad, sometimes we could probably call it a sickness, but the man loved to bass fish, and that was a passion of his. And he taught me how to fish. He taught all of us how to fish, but my memories of him are teaching me all the tips and techniques. My little brother, same thing. He's a passionate fisherman, very intelligent. Amber comes along, she gets old enough to put a pole in her hand. She is one of the best bass fishermen in the family. So a lot of our memories are getting in the boat, getting up early Saturday morning, going to the lake and fishing. And I can remember on several occasions her out fishing us. And when she started out fishing my dad, and it's just awesome. There was that passion there. She's always been compassionate. Like Shannon mentioned, she's just like my mom in a lot of areas, but she's also rigid. She's a strong woman, and she's very adept to the business world. She's just a strong person. She's amazing.
Tell me about how her relationship with her children.
There's two things that I said when we found out that she was missing. First of all, the children are her life. She would never, ever leave her children. That is a fact. Anybody that you talk to that knows Amber, these kids are everything to her. And the second thing is that she would not have ever gone anywhere and done anything without communicating with somebody in her family, because she's always done that. But going back to the children, passion, very compassionate about taking care of those boys. And with Dalton, she's tried to expose him to every facet that she could at his young age. He's been steadily involved with her flying, and she's exposed that side of her. Just compassionate. She's always made sure he's had everything that he needs. And Brantley recently being born, same story. She loves her children, and that was priority number one in her life, taking care of those boys.
You both had mentioned that she was compassionate. She loved to fish. Obviously, she followed she followed some of the family legacy by going through the helicopter pilot training. Did she have any quirks or special talents that people may not know about that you all can recall from when you were younger, or things that she liked that maybe somebody might be surprised by?
Oh yeah, Christensen's. We love our outdoor stuff, and fishing and shooting and hunting and stuff. But I've got a funny story for everybody on her. She was, I was older. We were still at home, and she was probably, I want to say she was probably 12, 13. Anyway, or maybe a couple years younger now, I'm not sure. But I was teaching her how to ride one of my dirt bikes, because we'd grown up riding motorcycles, passion of mine. And I taught her how to ride motorcycles. And I can remember being in the front yard on a little XR80, and I remember her getting on there, and I'm showing her how the clutch works and everything, and the brakes and the gas, and she rips across. I just tell her to let out the clutch a little bit, and I said, if you get in trouble, the first thing you're going to do is pull on that clutch and push on the brakes. I was like, if your brain freezes, push on the brakes. Well, she pops the clutch, and she's immediately just full throttle in first gear, and it's just literally just tearing her across the yard, and she's screaming. I'm running after her, but hindsight, that was one of the funniest things to watch. But no, she knows how to ride motorcycles. And she was into car audio, and me and Shannon and my brother were all kind of car audio junkies. Not really, but in high school, I had the loud stereos and fun stuff like that. She was right there with us. She wanted to have a nice, clean sounding stereo as well. She's been compassionate, and being the youngest and mostly exposed to being around guy stuff with me and my younger brother when we were there at the house after Shannon and Margaret moved out. She fit right in. She was out there playing the dirt with us. She planted bugs, snakes, spiders. Being raised in Arizona, those are play toys to us. So she was right there with us through everything.
The last question I have for both of you, and I'm going to start with you, Shannon. Is there anything else you would like to say about Amber or about this situation? Anything that we haven't discussed that you would like to say?
It breaks my heart that it got to this point. That we lost her sister. I'm hoping that people who are maybe outside of the family and don't know the situation, or even inside the family that know what's going on, maybe they've been in the same situation. I don't know. I would tell them to do everything in your power. If you have somebody in that situation, to get them out of it. Even if they get mad at you or any of that kind of stuff, do anything that you can, because you'd much rather be with them, be on the other side of this camera, talking about them because they're gone.
Ryan?
I don't know where to start. My heart's full, and at the same time, it's empty. I'm grateful that everything's happening quickly, and that Mike's in jail. And I share that with Shannon. I want that to be the positive light from this. I want people to, anybody that has had an emotional stir on this, don't just change the channel after this case has come to a conclusion. Let this motivate you and others around you to, if there's anybody that that's in a situation like this, just get them out. Be compassionate, and don't be afraid to come forward. There are so many wonderful people in this world that want to help and will help. All we have to do is ask. And so that's what I would say is it's a difficult, it's a lesson that I've personally been tested and pushed in this, but I'm at the end of the day, I'm going to be positive about it. Those boys, if they do end up with me and my wife, we will raise them, and they will understand the beautiful things of this world, and that there's compassionate people out there, not people that love you and are close to you, that oppress you, that want you to be successful and be happy in this life.
All right, gentlemen, thank you for your time this morning.
You're welcome.